Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
Good morning, Andy. Clean shaven Andy this morning.
Still, it's getting there. It's coming back.
No beard November for Andy.
Isn't that a thing?
What?
Well, I know it's no nut November, but like don't people do Movember where they grow their hair in like
mustache format?
Well, and just like for like men's health or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. Maybe I'm growing a mustache, boys.
I thought Movember was mustache month. Yeah.
If I had to grow one, it would definitely be Sam Elliott Tombstone. That's the one.
Ooh,
absolute fucking push broom.
I like that. That's fun. It was a sad week 9. Small winning week for me. Regardless of whether the Cowboys kick me in the dick or not tonight, it is going to be a winning week. I'm still like stacking blocks here, like chipping away at the old deficit from weeks 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, had a couple bad ones, couple good ones. It was nice to get the Bears home. It was nice to get the Seahawks home actually quite easy. That one had me nervous because of the market steam.
Yeah.
And then Darnold just came out, and I'm like, oh yeah, their secondary's not.
Oh yeah,
that was the reason I
don't have a defense.
Oh, Cooper Kupp doesn't matter at this point.
Okay, so it was a sad week though. We are halfway through the season, and the reigning rookie of the year done, offensive rookie of the year done. The rookie of the year from 2 years ago done. CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels. We will see you in 2026. It is easy.
Stroud's not done.
Stroud?
Yeah.
Oh, he had the concussion. Who had the ACL?
He just had a concussion.
He just had a concussion. Somebody had these. I don't know why I'm confusing this.
You had me worried. I'm like, what did I miss?
Stroud just had a concussion. My bad. I thought I saw it.
Marshawn Lattimore tore his ACL. Michael Williams.
Michael Williams ACL. There was somebody.
There was actually a lot of injuries, and truthfully, like Washington had a lot of injuries. They're lucky Terry wasn't on the field to re-injure himself again, because McCaffrey's done for the year, the younger one. He snapped his shoulder in half when he got hit on that kickoff, which he's not a huge part of the offense, but he is their returner. Lattimore, they're saying now that's a ACL. Obviously, Daniel's injury was significant in his arm went the wrong way. So bad loss.
Tucker Kraft ACL. That sucked.
There it is.
I don't know why I'm crossing Tucker Kraft and CJ Stroud. That's not a good sign.
Basically the same guy.
Anyway, it did suck because we were halfway through the season, and to have two good young quarterbacks, lose one for the season sucks. Daniels in particular, because his freshman campaign was so incredible, and it's just been a failure to launch in sophomore year. A lot of kind of hot takes out there about his kind of ability to handle the physical nature of professional football. Hate to be early on that, but feels like we were. And I don't know, this was a little bit of a fluky thing. But that said, Jaden Daniels should put on some LBs if he's gonna continue to play at his playing style, I think. Anyway.
This is more of a learning how to fall. Like this is an injury you see with younger kids wrestling, where they get taken down and they try to stop themselves with their hands. I don't know. Like maybe I'm to rewatch it. Maybe I'm shit talking for no reason. But it felt like don't put your arm there.
You know what else sucked this weekend, Andy? The Packers lost, so we're out of Survivor.
Yeah, we're done.
So tune in to any other show to talk about Survivor, because we're not.
You know what? We're still gonna talk Survivor, just not.
Are we? Why?
Yeah, people have questions.
We don't have any strategy involved at this point.
No,
we're out.
No, we're just gonna name like the 3 biggest favorites that week and be like, use these teams. There will be no fervor. There will be no excitement.
If we were alive, we would use blank.
It'll be like having sex with your wife of 50 years. It will be very mechanical. There will be no love behind it. We will just simply be saying, this is the biggest favorite. Use this one. You want to go over some openers?
Actually, a couple more quick reactions. Who is the MVP for you week 9?
Darnold, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked so good. He looked so good. I wish that their defense wasn't that good, because if it would have been a competitive back and forth game, he might have thrown for 6 touchdowns.
6, 7, 8. Who knows? That would have been
7, 8.
hoping he was going to, as soon as he threw the pick, it was kind of like, okay, well, now they're not chasing a singular historical greatness. They're just going to probably put this thing
Other
away.
side of the ball for me is Pittsburgh's defense finally coming around. It looks very good.
Yeah.
Against a good offensive line, against a good offensive scheme, and they dominated for big chunks of that game.
Sam Darnold was, by the way, your EPA MVP, plus 19.7 week for him.
Yes, for the season, I believe, as well.
I believe so. Your week 9 LVP was Daniel Jones, who faced the aforementioned Pittsburgh Steelers defense, minus 20.3.
Yeah, he had
Indiana Jones.
He had 2 tipped interceptions, which sucked, but the fumbles, those are on him.
Really, just the Steelers defense looked
the
really
Steelers.
frisky.
When you have that many turnovers,
lively.
your EPA is going to look real rough. So
yeah, Aaron Rodgers won the game with a -6 EPA. How about that?
Yeah.
Bo Nix also won with a -6 EPA. Amazing. Drake May finally had a bad game, but won anyway. JJ McCarthy had a bad game and won anyway. There was some funny, weird stuff in the data. Geno Smith had an elite game and lost.
I don't think
Joe
JJ
Flacco
had a bad game. JJ McCarthy had a middling day.
His EPA was -3.6. That's not bad, but that's like
I think
below
some
average.
of that was some of it was a sack.
I mean, we're talking that's like Pat Mahomes numbers, man.
Yeah, but he was in a positive game state.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Caleb Williams had a nice day. Oof. I know you get to go against the Bengals defense.
Yeah, does that count?
I don't know if it does. Mac Jones, same story. If you could go against the Giants defense, does it count?
Do you remember the movie Porky's?
Yeah.
And there was the one girl that was like, everybody, and at the end, the Pee-wee guy, he gets to hook up with her. That's the Bengals defense. It does not count. Okay. It's a freebie. It was fun that game and the Raiders Jags game had no business being as fun as they were.
Yeah.
I guess just Bears games are going to be fun when they play shitty defenses.
Yeah. Jordan Love somehow had a positive EPA game, even though he watched eye test was fucking terrible. He was just
so. And that's the tough thing about the context around EPA. When you throw an absolute 500 free floater into the end zone and a guy just drops it.
Yeah, you don't get
it's weird because it's still the turnover. So I don't know, maybe because that was 4th down, right?
It was a turnover on downs, but it should have been a clear turnover.
Well,
it was a turnover-worthy play. Yeah.
Well, and that guy might have run for. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like taken it back,
an incompletion doesn't hurt as much as what could have been there. So, All right.
Interesting. All right. Well, we're halfway through the season. We have a lot to reflect on. And you're right. The total EPA leader in the clubhouse. Oh, it's not Sam Darnold. It is Drake May still. He is barely holding on to the lead. Anyway, Daniel Jones conceded the lead with his big negative day. He is now 4th. Injuries. Let's rip.
Oh, Las
injuries
Vegas
or openers?
Denver.
What do we usually do?
Oh, we'll just do it all at the same time. We'll go through it one game at a time. Vegas, Denver, Thursday. This was 9.5, 42.5 in the look at. Opens very similar, but the total is getting bet down. This is 41.5. Not really much in the way of new injuries for the Raiders. Bowers looked damn healthy. I thought he looked fine. Keep an eye on them getting back to health because they were one of the most injured teams as far as players that mattered to an already shitty team, I believe. Denver, they're going to be without Surtain for a few weeks now. They also had against the injuries they had, JT Gray, he's like a 3rd stringer, plays special teams, defensive back, lose some depth. Same thing with Trent Sherfield. He injured his knee in the 3rd. He's a backup wide receiver. So depth pieces. And yeah, this total moving down, that's one I regretted not betting. Although I think maybe the under was a little lucky with the quarterback injury and the constant field goals, but Denver, Houston under, that was a look that I didn't pull the trigger on. And so every time they didn't score a touchdown, I was mad.
Well, it ultimately the under would have been a lot more comfortable than the Denver side, which really was.
And that's the reason I hate betting side and total in the same game.
Absolutely.
It's maddening to start cheering for two things at once.
Surtain remains out.
Yeah, it'll be. They didn't, like we mentioned last week, they didn't put him on IR because of the bye week. Isn't that correct? They had like a bye week in 3 weeks, so I think he's just going to miss the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Well, I mean, I guess really like the Broncos come out of week 9 unscathed injury wise.
Yeah.
Everybody else had important people get hurt. Broncos avoid anything. They get the Raiders this week as 10-point favorites, and then they're hosting the Chiefs with extra rest on week 11. I think because you escape with the win when you played poorly and you're missing your best defensive player.
No.
That's probably a good, they're like one of the kind of quiet winners of the week, right?
Yeah, especially with Kansas City losing. Obviously, it would have been nice for the Chargers to mess it up, but that was a much bigger ask, I believe, to lose to the Titans. It takes, as we've seen, a insane series of events for a team to lose to the Tennessee Titans this year. So the Broncos are not that good, but they keep winning and they could win this division. Atlanta almost won.
Kansas City's coming off of their bye for that game. So you actually are in the same position that the Vikings were in this last week.
Vikings won.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything on travel ideas yet for Atlanta Indy, but this game is in Germany.
Berlin.
Remember when I couldn't it is in Berlin because a fun fact, Atlanta Delta does not have a direct flight to Berlin except for this week. They said, fuck it. We want you guys to be able to go to the game. We want to do it in style. We want to make it easy on you. We're adding a direct flight just for you people out of Atlanta to go to this game. Indianapolis coming off kind of an ugly one. Atlanta
flight. They're flying just like a couple hundred people.
No. Oh. It's like all week. There'll be a bunch of flights directly to Berlin, which is cool. Atlanta almost won. Nice little second half there. They had some injuries though. Matthew Bergeron, the left guard, left with an ankle injury. Leonard Floyd left with a hamstring injury, and then their other guard, Chris Lindstrom, dealing with a foot injury as well. They're kind of a beat-up team. Indy didn't have much. I didn't have really anything on new injuries for Indianapolis. This look ahead was 48.5 on the neutral site there in Berlin. It reopens 6.5. It's down to 6. Total remains pretty similar. I think we're still at 48.5 for most of it. But yeah, the market couldn't wait to downgrade Indy.
Yeah, kind of surprised, honestly. They didn't have any injuries. Literally, okay. They played a stinker against the defense that got up on the road. Like, big deal. I'm not going to touch my Indy number. Are you?
No.
So this is lay Colts. It's just wait for the 6, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's 6.
I know. I don't bet at anywhere that has 6 up though.
Well, I mean, bookmaker has 6.5 minus 103. You push the little expand button. I bet your 6 isn't going to be too bad.
Well, let's find out. Carry on.
Cleveland at the Jets. The Jets are a favorite. These teams are both off by. Bunch of injuries to catch up with once we get some actual news on them today. This was Jets -1, 38.5 on the look ahead. Reopens 2, pretty much a little lower on the total, 37. This is 2.5 right now, I think, at bookmaker. It's kind of a 2.25. It is actually back down to 2. Pinnacle's 2.5 plus 102. A little higher on the Jets, I guess. It's hard to say what we'll get. Carson Schlesinger obviously out for a few weeks with the ankle. Quinshawn Judkins, we need some news on that shoulder injury. He matters. Tyson Campbell had a concussion, but this was 2 weeks ago as well. So hopefully he's back. Same thing with the Jets. There's some injuries to catch up with on the defense. Andre Cisco, the safety with the shoulder injury, and Kiko Mauigoa had a head injury as well. And then will the fire in the belly for Justin Fields be there 2 weeks later? Kind of feels like it won't. Tough defense. This is when we saw a good Justin Fields, it was against a defense that he could pick. This is not it. So this will be an interesting one. I don't like betting on Cleveland because it's hard to bet on a team that doesn't actually have a quarterback, but Jets as a favorite, even at home, feels pretty ishy.
It's one of those games that's pretty easy just to skip. Pretend like it's not happening.
Pretend like it's not happening. Don't even watch it.
In the midst of looking up what -6 was at Bookmaker, it turns out it's 109. That seems reasonable to me.
Well, I don't have a sure I bet.
They're actually taking a pretty good stake on it right now too. So I guess I'm in. I'm in on Colts bounce back week. What I was gonna say, did you just mention Garrett Wilson and whether you think he'll be back?
I don't think so.
Okay, so no Garrett Wilson. This is a very clear stay away then. All right.
Yeah, I thought that was I mean, I didn't even really look into that. I mean, it was the knee injury that we thought it was bad, and then it's not quite as bad, but I thought it was more like week 11, week 12. It was hyperextended with some messiness in there. So maybe if he's back, that makes a big difference. That's something to look into.
Okay.
New Orleans heads to Carolina. Carolina off their big win. Fuck them. This weekend was -3, 40.5. Reopens bigger after we've not only Carolina got a win, but we got to see the Tyler Shuck show. This is 5.5 now, 40.5 on the total. Pretty much 5.5 across the market. The look ahead total was higher than 40.5. It was kind of bet down during the week on the lower limits. And then this is actually, it was starting to creep back down towards the 5 a little at some places. Bookmaker hanging a 6 even money. I didn't have much for injuries for New Orleans. They're already very beat up. I know Ruiz was banged up during the game. But Carolina with more. That Chandler Zavala, the guard, he left with an elbow injury. They're already beat up on the offensive line. And then Trevin Wallace, the linebacker, left late in the game as well for them. Again, just flummoxed that the Green Bay pass rush couldn't absolutely ruin this kid's day.
Yeah, me too. A million years. Don't look now, but a win by the Panthers would give them 6 wins on the season, Andy. They would be 6-4. I don't know how.
Yeah,
but they would be.
They're a 5.5 point favorite, and Tampa Bay's in a coin flip game.
Yeah, yeah. A million years ago, for reasons that I can't even describe. What day was it? Let me tell you. On the 18th of September, I bet Panthers to win the NFC South at 20-1. Is that live at all?
Anything goes, I guess, because Atlanta is kind of I don't think Atlanta has the schedule or the horses to get it done. And
they're 3-5. They're kind of out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no comeback. There's no real comeback. And Tampa Bay is so injured.
I'm marking them 3-6. Honestly, I think the Colts get them.
Yeah. Yeah, the Colts number is flashing again. It's 5.5 at circa.
Did something happen that is literally just the market is pissed that the Colts lost and they're just going to turn their knob down?
Yeah, I'm not.
The Colts hadn't had a bad game all season, and now it's like this team isn't who we thought they were.
Yeah, we're out on this team.
Come on, really? All right. Well,
yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. All right, next one is Buffalo, Miami. This was 8 to the home dogs. Total 50. Reopens 9.5. 49.5. Bet back up to 50 at some places. Michael Hecht, the defensive end for the Buffalo Bills, tore his Achilles. He looks very done for the year. Miami had a bunch of injuries, and they traded away Jalen Phillips, which I guess it's whatever.
They also fired their GM. Did you see that?
Yeah, they did. It's expiring contract. No, I was going to say the new GM already made a trade. Jalen Phillips traded for a 3rd rounder. Ollie Gordon hurt his ankle. Chop Robinson concussed. Melifanu hurt his toe, and Rasul Douglas also left with an injury to his toe. The secondary is getting back to the spot where they're awful beat up. If Chop Robinson misses this week and Jalen Phillips is not on the field because he's in a different city, it might be Buffalo goes down to South Beach and picks their number.
What did you think of the trade?
It made sense for
that is the first time that Howie's ever lost a trade.
I don't know. I think it
give for
I
a
think
guy
it made.
who's
I think it made sense because they need at the point where they're signing Brandon Graham. Obviously, they feel like they need some sort of spark on the pass rush. So I think he did overpay, and Miami got rid of an expiring contract. But Miami giving up on this guy sucks for the long term because I mean. I still don't think you know what you have in this kid yet. So,
Jalen Phillips?
Yeah.
You don't know what we have in him?
What
That's surprising.
I don't know. Like you think he can he's missed a bunch of time.
Yeah, he's had a couple of.
That's what I'm saying. You haven't.
Yeah,
it's not like we've had enough, on field healthy time to evaluate this kid. He could be really good. And yeah, the Dolphins won as far as the, compensation. That's a pretty high pick for someone like that, but they are, they're paying his salary like Charles was pointing out and whatever. Philly is always in win now mode. So be interesting.
Okay. Well, if he starts playing like an all pro, then I'll give Howie the benefit of the doubt. And he did it again, I guess. But I thought it was an overpay, felt like to me. But what do I know?
Yeah. So
Dolphins.
Not much else to say there.
Affairs. Blow it up.
Glad
they kept Mike McDaniel for whatever reason.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
I guess.
Jacksonville, Houston. This was Houston -3, 39 in the look ahead. Down to 1 for some reason. 39.5. Total down to on the reopen. Total down to 38. I believe there's a chance that CJ Stroud misses this game with a concussion.
Pretty good chance.
Pretty good chance to get his.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It seems like he likely misses. Davis Mills wasn't horrible in the fill-in. Linebacker Christian Harris left after halftime with a shin injury. Titus Howard, concussion for the offensive lineman. Defensive end Darrell Taylor left with an ankle injury. They were all ruled out. So more injuries, although, you're healthy in the wide receiver room finally. And then for the Jags, Ezra Cleveland, the guard, did not return after going out with an ankle injury. Jordan Lewis left with a shoulder injury. The corner, tight end Hunter Long was hurt. Diami Brown was injured, put in the concussion protocol late. And then I missed this one. So I missed this, and maybe you caught this. What's going on
with my StreamYard? It just ejected me, and something's wrong.
Speaking of that, Trayvon Walker was ejected for throwing a punch, which right in front of the ref, and it was clearly he came over the top. Not a good idea. And then Brian Thomas Jr. I missed this until I read about it this morning. He didn't play in overtime because of an ankle injury. Something to watch.
Yeah. God, the Jags were lucky to escape with the win there.
Kind of lucky to get the win there, and they might be lucky this week because they might be facing a backup quarterback.
Are they gonna be the bad team that just ekes their way into the playoffs in the AFC? Because someone is.
Yeah, they could be.
It wasn't that bad of a pop for CJ Stroud. He may accelerate through the concussion protocol this week. I'm not gonna touch that game until we get someone telling us one way.
I hate guessing on that because it's very, very, case by case.
It wasn't that bad. Like it was one of the one. It almost looked more like he might have injured his left forearm and then he hit the back of his head on the ground, which obviously sucks. But I'm not gonna assume that he doesn't find his way through.
Baltimore, Minnesota. Pretty much same as the look at. Baltimore -3.5, 47. I didn't have anything really for new injuries off the Thursday night game with Baltimore playing some extra rest. Minnesota heads home after the win in Detroit. Running back Aaron Jones was taken out of the game with a shoulder injury. He was looking good too. And then Akuda is still out with a concussion. He maybe returns this week. Van Ginkel did return for them. Played a pretty good offense.
Darisaw and O'Neal also returned for them. Everybody was just good to go.
Everyone's good to go, Minnesota.
Like, oh, JJ, he's feeling better. He's going to go this week. So's everybody else. Like,
not so fast. CJ Ham, fullback CJ Ham missed the game.
Good point.
Hand injury. Yeah.
AC joint sprain for Jones, but the belief is it's minor. Okay. So he's going to play. It is wild. We're at the time of the year where guys miss a couple weeks, and when they come back, they're at like freaking better than ever. Kind of.
New England, Tampa. Another one that's very similar to the look ahead, 2.5, 48.5. Reopens a little lower on the total, down to 48. Keyshawn Booty was ruled out with a hamstring injury. Christian Ellis, linebacker, left with a hip. Christian Gonzalez as well with a head injury. He said he cleared the concussion protocol. We'll see what that looks like on Monday when we actually have to determine things like that. Tampa Bay, we don't know exactly what the statuses of Godwin and Irving are, but always was the hope that they would be coming back this week. We'll see. Who knows? Same thing with, I think Hassan Reddick is probably still out as well.
Okay. That sounds right to me.
The Giants, coming off their loss, head to Chi-Town. This was Bears -3, 48, reopens 3.5, 49. I think we're still moving down off that, though. Yeah, 48.5, some 48s. The total ticking back down, which I don't know. Mixed feelings about that, I guess. John Michael Schmitz, excuse me. Their center did not return for the Giants. He had a shin injury. Linebacker Darius Muasu injured his ankle. Yeah. And then, they were missing their whole secondary with Adebo, Cordell Flott, Javon Holland were all out. Daniel Bellinger still missing time. Illuminor is still out with his back injury. So kind of a beat-up team. And then the Bears, Cole Kmet suffered a concussion, did not return, opened the door for the guy we were shit-talking. And then Swift still out. We'll see what his status is for this week. Although his backup was pretty good against a terrible defense. Guy.
So many things to track in that game before you can bet it. I just want to shout out the pretty gutless call by Brian Dable. Overall on Sunday, I thought he was pretty bad. The worst moment was you're losing 20-7. You are gifted a pretty awesome opportunity to get back in the game that you shouldn't even be in. And at 4th and goal at the San Francisco 3, you kick a 22-yard field goal. That's not playing to win. Like, you made a 2-score game when your defense can't stop your opposition. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Especially with the current record. Like, just go for it.
Just go for it. Yeah. What
are you playing scared? It's so silly when bad. It's like when teams do this in the preseason. Like, it's the preseason. Yeah. You're kicking the 23-yard field goals in the preseason. That's a harbinger of things to come. So, all right. Arizona, Seattle. Seattle looked great. Arizona plays tonight. The look ahead's on the border. Seattle -6, 43.5. We will find out what the deal is with Kyler. There's 7s on the board now after, Seattle kind of took him to the woodshed last night. They had a couple of injuries. Josh Jobe concussed. If you watched that was a friendly fire situation. And then linebacker Ernest Jones also had a knee injury and left the game. Stuff to monitor for next week. And we'll find out if Arizona has anyone hurt after tonight's loss to the Dallas Cowboys.
Funny wrinkle. I'm looking at the unabated screen, and they incorrectly pulled Cardinals Seahawks into the Cardinals Cowboys slot. So Circa's hanging an off market Cowboys -7 and an off market 46.5 for the game tonight, Andy.
Maybe that's not incorrect. Maybe Circa just knows something we don't. Detroit, Washington. This is different than the look at. This was 3.5 for the road favorites. Now 7.5 or 8.5, depending where you're looking. The total was 51.5 down to 50.5 after the elbow injury. We mentioned it. Luke McCaffrey, clavicle, Lattimore, ACL, Quan Martin, hamstring for the safety, and then Daniels' injury looked pretty bad. He'll miss some time. Detroit also lost an important piece. Christian Mahogany, their offensive guard, was carted off. That looks like months. Tate Ratledge, another guard, left the game, returned. He has a banged up shoulder. We'll see what Kirby Joseph's status is heading into this game. But same thing with Taylor Decker.
Decker didn't return, and Arnold.
Arnold, Terry and Arnold, Kirby Joseph, kind of, and then Decker, Mahogany, Ratledge. So we're having all the injuries are at the same position groups for Detroit, and they lost.
Wild.
Rams.
Is there a world where the Bears steal the North?
No.
Are you sure? They're 5-3.
That would be bad. That would just be bad for watching football in the playoffs.
I mean, the Lions are going to win this game, so it's a bad week to ask this question. But the Packers are playing the Eagles off of a bye without Kraft.
Minnesota probably beats Baltimore. I'm kidding.
If the Bears win the NFC North, Ben Johnson deserves Coach of the Year. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I do have a ticket on that. So.
I do too.
Maybe I'm in on this. All right, Rams go to San Francisco. This was 349.
Williams was excellent. Did you see that Brian? What Ben Johnson has done with Caleb Williams? He has completely fixed him.
Caleb Williams fucking sucks.
He was amazing, dude. He caught. What did he catch? Two passes yesterday. Caught a touchdown. Threw for like 4. Dude, what Ben Johnson has done to turn around Caleb Williams is truly incredible.
All right. Rams head to the Niners. This is 349. Reopens minus 3.5, 50. I think we're still sitting kind of on that 3.5. No, it is. It's a healthy 3.5 now. This total down to 48. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. Excuse me. That's still Baltimore, Minnesota. The Rams-Niners total is still remaining at 50. Nakua went to the locker room as he does every game. He said he probably isn't that injured. It just he could play. Yeah, it wasn't necessary with the score. Doesn't look like we're getting Purdy back anytime soon. I think he might still miss a few more weeks with that toe. And then it might be the year. Like if Lang Shanahan might be like, a couple more weeks, and then we get to like couple more weeks, and like Shanahan, it's the playoffs. Like,
they showed Purdy on the sideline, but I didn't see a shot of his foot. It's still there, right?
It could be missing. And then we mentioned earlier, Michael Williams, the rookie defensive lineman, probably tore his ACL. Pittsburgh goes to SoFi to play the Chargers. The Chargers were 4.5-point favorites on the look at. Total was 46.5. Reopens down at 3. I guess we're overreacting to everything about the Pittsburgh game because I guess Chargers kind of played with their food. That score line wasn't super indicative of how that game went. There was a pick 6 and a punt return. Chargers played probably better than that score looked, but they had some injuries too, with Alt re-injuring his ankle, right tackle Bobby Hart hurt his groin. It didn't seem good on Alt in the post-game presser. They also lost defensive line. Defensive lineman Caldwell was hurt on that fun goal line stand. And then for Pittsburgh, Isaac Seumalo re-aggravated that pec injury. We'll see what his status is heading into this week. But, -3 if you want the Chargers at home here.
Dude, the adjusted score from unexpected points today for Steelers-Colts was Colts 24, Steelers 22. Wow. And then the adjusted score for Tennessee Chargers was Titans 12, Chargers 27. So, this is maybe the misleading box score overreaction game of the week from both directions. That's wild. I will say this real quick. Steelers offensive line and Sam, maybe he matters a lot, but Rodgers felt like he was consistently under pressure. Latu had a very good game. Buckner presence was felt. I would expect that the Chargers are going to be able to put Aaron Rodgers in a little bit of a sticky position this week. So
I haven't updated any numbers, but I make this 4.5, which was the look ahead. I'm probably going to. I might take an early week bet. I'll go look, see what the best price is. Looks like I can probably get bookmakers 3 minus 15. I'm gonna have to hunt around. And that is your Sunday night game. Monday night is Philly Green Bay. That look ahead was Green Bay minus 345. Reopens a little lower off the loss. That is Green Bay 2.5. Of course, Philly is coming off their bye week. We have a million injuries to sort out for them. A.J. Brown with the hamstring injury sitting last week. Cam Jurgens with the knee injury. Landon Dickerson with his knee / ankle for Jurgens. Ankle, knee, Landon Dickerson. Either way, legs for those guys. Saquon saying the groin injury wasn't that bad, but it'd take the 15 days to get ready and come back. Nolan Smith could be back. Defensive end. Obviously, they traded for a player as well. Brandon Graham ramping up in his old age. And then, obviously, we mentioned the bad news for the Packers. Tucker Kraft torn ACL. Matthew Golden hurt his shoulder. Aaron Banks had a stinger. Colby Wooden, defensive lineman, left the game as well with a shoulder injury. So a lot to sort out for the Eagles, but I guess I get the line move here because Green Bay is, when they're on, but when they're not, woof.
If it makes you feel any better, the adjusted expected score from unexpected points was Packers 21, Panthers 20. So Packers should have beat the mighty Panthers by a point and kept us alive in Survivor, but they did not. Those fucking clowns.
2 of our 3 entries went out on Green Bay.
Yeah, with the
Browns.
Underdog kicking a field goal as time expired. Wasn't lost on me.
Okay. And then Cincinnati, Dallas, KC, Tennessee are on bye.
I've lost some big money on the Packers this year. I bet them a couple of spots where they have just not showed up. I don't know what's going on. I don't think Halfley's winning assistant coach of the year either.
No. I don't have much on the teams on the bye. Obviously, the Jawan Taylor thing for Kansas City, keep an eye on that. And then Ridley might get traded for Tennessee, which I don't know how much we're adjusting numbers based on losing a player from an absolute dog shit team.
Hoo-wee. Bad week of football, Andy.
No, there's no such thing. There never has been, never will be.
I don't like this slate at all. We are staring at some pretty terrible games here. I think the game I'm most excited about is probably Pats Bucks, the Brady Bowl. Of course, I'm referring to Tom Brady, who won Super Bowls with both the Patriots and the Bucks. I don't know if you knew that.
Joe Brady?
Joe Brady? No, Tom Brady. Tom. That market is the one I'm the most excited to see how it materializes. I don't have any other thoughts.
Man, I really want to bet the Chargers, but with the Joe Alt thing and how good that defense looked, I wonder. I think Herbert's fine under pressure, though.
The Joe Alt thing is absolutely a.
Like he's out. He's not playing this week. He might miss.
Yeah, I mean, like you just have to talk yourself into how much it matters one way or the other.
So I can get a 3 minus 102. There's some decent liquidity on ProfitX right now, and then I'm going to pull up Lovig and see what their limits are this time of week. I may bet the Chargers early. That's the only one that, real quick, the only other ones that stuck out.
I had no action in Steelers, so I barely watched any of it. I saw a bunch of the highlights in the red zone, obviously, but I got to get a gauge on what's going on with the secondary for the Steelers before I play into that one.
Yeah. I haven't adjusted for Washington yet, so that is my biggest disagreement because I have Jane Daniels playing in that game. Otherwise, my other disagreements would be, as we mentioned, the Chargers. I'm quite a bit off on Las Vegas, Denver as well. I think maybe my Denver number is a bit too high, but that's another one too. Where do you want to go to bat with the Raiders? But should Denver be laying almost double digits over anybody on a short week with that offense? Oh, that's an issue one. The other one would be
too many points, I think.
The other one too, and this is a huge. We got to see who's playing for Tampa Bay's offense, but I am not close to the 2.5. I have made New England, Tampa Bay basically a pick 'em.
A pick 'em.
Yeah. Tampa Bay's missing all their players. Did you see that too? That Jalen McMillan, that they said it was a neck strain. And it came out, he broke his neck.
Yeah.
He's been wearing a neck brace for like 8 weeks.
Yeah, he's probably not playing this year.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't think so.
Again.
So, all right. Well, I got to go do some stuff.
Well, the good thing about coming up with a fair for Washington is we have lots of recent experience on how to price Marcus Mariota with this team. But everybody else is hurt, actually, so take it back. That's not an easy task. Man, dude. Windows, you know who's not handling the time change well? Microsoft Windows.
I have Windows 10 still, so
I think you might be better off than I am. I can't believe that it has not adjusted for the correct time for the time change.
My truck didn't auto adjust, so I was very confused. And once again, so like it's been sort of dark when we've gone to school last week, and it wasn't this morning. And my son was like, "We're late. Look how light it is." I'm like, buddy, we went over this yesterday. Like, just sit in the truck and be quiet. Like, I haven't had coffee. I can't explain it again right now. We'll try again tonight. We will try again tonight. We will try again tonight to get a second.
Just have him move his clock 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, just 1 minute a day for 30 to 60 days. 30 days. All right, let's call it. I'll catch you tonight at halftime. We'll watch some Cowboys. We'll watch some who knows what for the quarterback at the Cardinals.
Staring at some nice CLV effect grade by Circus numbers. Cowboys are going to close this -7.